So because this time we have got somebody who actually is a powerhouse of talents. When I got to know about Gayatri, I was like, where is it going to stop? Her achievements, literally. She does so many things. In fact, before we started, I was like, I have to go and get some classes from her. So, friends, this is Gayatri, and Gayatri is somebody who has done it all. So, she is a filmmaker, she is an extremely talented painter. She bakes so many more things. I'm still confused what all does she do. And you know what? She's learning driving also. So next time, Gayatri is going to come to my house driving her own car. Can you believe it? How beautiful is this? So we all people from all over the world welcome you, Gayatri. You're looking so beautiful. The yellow color compliments you. And trust me, guys, you know, when I say she's a filmmaker, her aesthetic sense is so beautiful. She told us she was going to design the poster. We have WICCI-Karnataka has her own team which designs the poster, but Gayatri was like, I am going to design my poster. And when the poster came back, we were like, oh, we are so far from her. She definitely is a class apart. Gayatri, good morning. Do you want to unmute yourself? You would like to hear from you, Gayatri.
It's absolutely okay to unmute yourself, Gayatri. Come on, let's hear your lovely voice too. Good job.
Yes. Hi, Gayatri. A very good morning.
I'm so overwhelmed with that lovely introduction you gave her, Shalini.
Yeah. So, Gayatri, we are so happy to have you. And I know you have logged into your system on your own, and how happy you must be. We are very happy to have you, Gayatri. How are you feeling today, Gayatri?
Nice.
Oh, yes, we are feeling extremely proud and happy to have you. Yes. So, Gayatri, what is the latest thing you are doing? What is the recent artwork you are doing? Which is a recent painting?
I bring it to you. It's lying next to me.
Oh, yes, that would be so great. We would love to see what is Gayatri doing. The latest piece.
So this was something she created this day before, right, Gayatri? Like a lily pond.
Okay.
And this was what she converted a photograph she had clicked into pop art.
Oh, wow. Gayatri, how beautiful is this? My God.
This was the impasto technique. She and I did this together.
Oh, my God, how beautiful. Gayatri, we all are coming to you for some classes. You are such an amazing artist. Such an amazing artist. So, friends, we also have Gayatri's mother, Shalini Gupta, with us. She herself is a big powerhouse. So when you see the small, tiny powerhouse here, you definitely know where the energy and the talent is coming from, right? So let us learn about what has been the force behind Gayatri. So Shalini, looking forward to getting more from you, all of us, right? So welcome to WICCI-Karnataka, the Special Need Council. I'm extremely delighted and pleasure to have you here. The power-packed duo, mom and daughter duo. Going back, I'm not going to ask the typical stereotypical questions, Shalini, because we have heard, right? I really want to know about a little bit of fast forward from when she was born. What were the decisions? What were the critical decisions now when you look back and think about which you had taken after her infancy or after her diagnosis, which makes you sit down today and you were like, yes, they were critical and I did it. I took the decisions. What are they? Please share with us, Shalini.
Hi, Shalini. Thank you on behalf of Gayatri and myself for having us here. Wiki is such a lovely platform to be able to reach out to a large audience. So yeah, we were very lucky that we got Gayatri's diagnosis right away on the delivery table itself, which meant that all her therapies started from the word go. My cousin sister is a pediatrician, and she was my guiding light in the initial month to understand what Down syndrome was about and the positivity that comes with that diagnosis. So apart from the fact that the early intervention started really early in Gayatri's life, I think the first critical decision I took very early on was to empower myself. I started going around to all the therapists because we were told she needs physiotherapy, she needs occupational therapy, she needs some special ed inputs. And I was taking her as a little baby with all her medical conditions from one therapist to the other. And somewhere at that time, I realized that this was not sustainable. It was not sustainable for Gayatri as a little infant who was struggling with her physical medical conditions. And also for us as a family, constantly on the road trying to go to therapists, wait in queues. The therapists were dumpy little basement shops, sweatshops, where we were supposed to take our newborn and get these therapies done. So very early on, I said, this is not sustainable and I can't be doing this. So if I'm smart enough that God gifted me a Gayatri, then I'm smart enough to also empower myself. So I kind of found organizations across the world who were happy to train me in dispensing therapies to Gayatri. And I said, this is not sustainable and I can't be doing this. So if I'm smart enough that God... Gayatri, I think you can mute yourself. I think there's an echo happening in the house. Then I'm smart enough to also empower myself. So I kind of found...
Yeah, I think we're good now. Yeah.
Yeah. So we started that way. And as we carried forward, we were able to ensure that she met her milestones on time. So whether it was taking the first role or smiling or walking or running, the milestones were pretty much on target that we had as short-term and long-term goals fixed between my husband and me.
Wow.
So this went on. And then when it came to her schooling years, we decided that she needed inclusive schooling. And I think that was a very critical and important decision we took because the inclusive schooling did not, especially in the pre-primary and primary years, did not just help us achieve any milestones, but what it did was socially, she understood how to hold her position in a group of people. So in Delhi, she learned how to elbow her way in queues.
Wow.
She learned all her activities of daily living. She was motivated to acquire them because she saw her friends, all the peer group doing it.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that streak of independence that Gayatri has even today, over independence, where she will not listen to anyone, but I think this is right, so I will do it. Like the yellow kurta you see on her today was her choice. And I said, would you like to wear this? No, this only.
Okay. Love it. Love it.
So those are the kind of decisions that really helped us in moving forward. The third, if I am allowed to give a third, was setting up a parent support group. So every time I traveled abroad to the US or UK, I found that the parents were together. So none of them felt as if they were the only ones lumped with this, unforeseen, unfortunate diagnosis. The moment you feel that you're not alone, that there are so many others who are going through the same struggle,
sense of unity.
Yes. Yeah. So we created India's first, almost the first, I'm sure there were many more, but we created a parent support group, Pan Disability, Pan India, with two of my friends. And that provided us with huge, huge support to the extent that my older daughter was able to contribute, understand, develop empathy and leadership to be able to grow as a sibling in a much positive way because of the parent support group. So as a family, I think those were the three critical decisions we took in the initial years.
Wow. And what a wonderful thing to sum up, right? The parent empowerment. I think then us depending on the therapist all the time, definitely not undermining the potential they have, but definitely taking it as parallel, or maybe taking the ownership of your child as you did, Shalini, right? You became the mother, you became the therapist. It actually gives you immense power. It gives you immense confidence. And that's why you were able to, when you were saying you were able to meet the milestones, wow, that's why we see where she is, right? So maybe all of us, to the special parents also listening out here, let be the powerhouse we have, that inner potential we have, then always depending on others. How about igniting that flame inside us, gather knowledge, support group, and exposure, right? As you were saying, the exposure. We somehow withdraw ourselves. It's a journey though, it's a journey job. We draw and then we explode. So how about doing it? And Shalini has done it. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for this, Shalini. The other thing which comes to my mind, as Gayatri was meeting her milestones and you were meeting people, empowering her, empowering yourself, how could you still understand the areas of strength, her passion? Because it is something which every parent has in mind. And I get parents who reach out to me saying that I do not know what is my child good in. So give us some pointers how to do that, Shalini.
So believe you me, I went through my own rounds of depression. There are enough parents who are here who will tell me that I was one of those. And I went through my own journey of completely at a loss and ignorant about what were her strengths. The one thing that was clear in my mind was that I am not going to focus on her weaknesses. So if she was a shy kid, I could have spent 90% of my energy saying, oh, she's so shy. Can I get her into theater? Can I get her into music? Can I get her into dance so that she becomes a typical boisterous kind of person? But instead, I said, there is a quiet, very strong-minded girl here. And what is it that she really enjoys doing when she's left to her own devices? And we realized she was constantly picking up mobile phones. She would go to someone's house, pick up a mobile phone, an iPad, a phone. And the first thing she would do when she laid her hand on the phone was go and see where the mobile camera was. Those days, one had those tiny Nokia ones, which had one little bleep of a camera. And she would just start shooting pictures. And we would feel embarrassed and we would apologize to people that, sorry, let's delete it and all that. But somewhere all that parent support group conversation started. Check for yourself, what is her passion? Where do you think she goes towards if left on her own devices? So we used that and we realized that she was heading towards taking pictures. And we have a long history of how that passion developed, from her just picking up the camera and the phone to her clicking images of her teachers and the teachers putting it up on Facebook. Luckily, the school that we were in, Basant Valley in Delhi, they used to have hobby classes, hobby clubs. So once a week, we would send our point and shoot camera, Sony camera. And the teacher was very passionate about teaching Gayatri along with the other children. So if the instructor said to the 30 other kids over there, okay, shoot these lines, what do you see? They would all be shooting the lines of the staircases and the building. But when we saw what Gayatri had done, the lines and their shadows were completely amazing. They were completely different. They were at an angle different from the others. So this teacher started coming back to us, Devika, saying, Shalini ma'am, you have to do something about photography. And then, as chance would have it, we came to Bangalore, where we found the right resources. But, while this was going on, photography was going on, we also knew she was a foodie. She loves food, whatever she's allowed to eat. She's also very conscious that she has huge food allergies. So we said, okay, cooking would probably be an area where, because of being a foodie, she would also want to cook as per her taste. So those are the two areas that we have been working on since she was almost 10, 11 years old. We've been on this journey of eating and feeding and learning.
Wow. So she already had that the sense of angles, right? The sense of
We
angles for life.
did. We were always aware that, when the left and right side of the brains were balancing, they would obviously have a game plan in mind. If the cognitives weren't in place, the artistic had to happen. But when we're talking about the artistic, we could see her creating big pieces of art, in the initial years. So the mind was working on where is that artistic talent and which form will it emerge? And then it emerged in the form of photography. So we were lucky that we had technology in this time and age where she could really build upon her photography skills. So yeah, that's the path that she went on.
And would you not like to talk about the FTII thing, right? When I got to know, I was like enamored by her. So would you not talk about this?
So
Please?
this was a course that I also have a social venture. We have a little social venture which promotes art. And we originally wanted to create as a platform to showcase the art that was being created. But then we got this opportunity. FTI designed, so the Films and Television Institute of India designed a course just for our young adults, specifically to say, can we impart filmmaking skills to young adults with intellectual challenges? And there were, these 10 boys and girls selected. It's a certified course where the instructor is none other than Mr. Ajmal Jami, NDTV background. And he hadn't even heard of intellectual challenges or autism before he did the course. And he was just so wonderful, trained himself up in what to expect and did this course. And these 10 young adults were trained in the art of filmmaking using the mobile phones. Now that makes filmmaking really simple, but it just didn't end there. Then we got an opportunity to showcase all the films that they had made at the Mumbai International Film Festival.
Wow.
So these young adults went, 3 of them, and they presented their films in front of an audience. And there was a lot of media coverage. And it just makes them feel that they had a platform on which earlier before that they saw the Amir Khans and the Shah Rukhs moving around. Yes, Gayatri? We were hoping we'd meet Shah Rukh Khan, but we didn't that time.
Maybe next time. and friends, stay tuned. At the end of our conversation, we have one of the most beautiful films done by Gayatri, which we will be releasing it now at the end, definitely. Shalini, so Gayatri, we understand her life, her 24 hours are like true 40 hours, right? So much of action happening every day. And definitely it doesn't stop at home. She goes out, does things, learns things, gets things done. How was COVID for her? Because everyone had been hit. How was it for you and Gayatri?
Actually, we have a very different story to tell. COVID was a blessing in disguise for us. We had all these skill sets with us, and we just needed time to slow down and work upon these skills. Now, being a typical mom, we were constantly on the run saying, okay, can we do this? Can we do this? Okay, Gayatri, here's this course, here's this institution, let's do this, let's do this. And now suddenly with the COVID, everything was packed, shut. So she got time to test out her filmmaking skills, right, Gayatri? We made so many short films at that time, even one of Papa remembering to use his mask and sanitize his hands. So we did a lot of filmmaking. We did a lot of photography. We started learning everything we wanted to in online classes. Now, in the online platform, Gayatri had a very strong understanding of the digital medium. She was good in computers. She could design her own Zoom calls. Yes, Gayatri? She started creating her own Zoom links and inviting people for Zoom sessions. So, and then the little bit of social anxieties that Gayatri has in a one-on-one interaction faded away. Because now this was just a computer screen, a monitor, in which she was interacting on. So the pace of acquiring the skills she wanted to in the comfort of her own home really worked well for Gayatri. So her acrylic painting, for example, really caught up during the COVID period. She would just lock herself. So she got chunks of time when Mama wasn't pulling her and making her do different things. So she would just spread out these huge canvases, pin them to the wall or spread them out on the floor and then just paint. And there would be this loud music on in her room and she's wearing her apron, pins her hair back, and then goes around painting.
Wow. Wow.
So, yeah.
I'd really love to see that. Gayatri, I would love to see that.
We will.
I'm
We'll
just
invite you
visualizing
over.
them.
We'll do a live show one day.
Yes, we will actually. Yes. So one of the positives of pandemic is what happened in your life. Wonderful. The social anxiety, right? One-on-one interaction, the stress, the
pace.
pressure.
The pace really fell
The
down.
slow down, because you work at your own pace, right? Not running against and not going to somebody and acquiring that. You have your own self and your own space.
That's right.
Yeah, great. What are her future plans now that she already being 20, she has achieved so much? What do you think? What are her plans, Gayatri? What do you say? What you and Mama are going to give us more in the future?
What do you want to share your plans, Gayatri? What you want to do? Yes, tell everyone.
Mama go to Delhi.
Okay. And then will you also come with me to Delhi?
Shalini Singh, Mama go to Delhi with me.
Oh, wow. Great. And what is the
what Gayatri actually wants to do is she wants to create a cafe, an art cafe, where she wants to have all the various art forms that she dabbles in. So painting, photography, yoga. She has been learning yoga. She wants to have these spaces where people can just walk in, create the art they want to, completely free of cost, get themselves photographed by Gayatri, and sit. And she wants to make French press coffee, which people who know her know how well she makes the French press coffee with ground beans. So she wants to do that and call it a day. So this is what she has in mind. And I think except for the money skills, all the other skills are in place. And for money skills, whenever I sit down with her, she's constantly telling me, Mama, GPay. I don't need to understand the paisa and the rupees and the thousands. She said, GPay.
Mama will be the CA. Mama will be the one who will be the accountant of Gayatri, right? She'll be taking care of that.
She has so many more friends who will jump in to do that for her in this cafe. So that's what her plans are. She'd really like to do it. And her older sister wants to create the same thing in the place that she wants to live in. So we hope to be able to create this network where our young adults with intellectual challenges run and front end these kind of cafes and show the world that, money is just one aspect of a vocation. All of us as parents are going to develop trust and leave some money behind, and our life patterns will be adjusted to what our capabilities are. We are not going to be living off the earnings of our young adults with intellectual challenges, but they need to feel celebrated. They need to constantly be in limelight, happy, meeting people, enjoying their life as any other typical human being of their age would. So that is all we understood from Gayatri, and that is what our attempt as parents will be. And as a family, the oldest daughter also wants to contribute to exactly the same purpose. So let's see where it takes us.
Wow. And as you were talking about this, Shalini, what came to my mind was, as every parent, we do have our insecurities about the future, isn't it? So how do you take it? And have you ever thought about what after us?
Constantly, all the time. You're a parent, Shalini. So, that is one thought that I think that's the first thought that comes. And the first thought, which is the cause of the seed for all depressive thinking, is we kind of project life to so many years hence. So I've used certain strategies to tell myself to take each day as it comes. But more than that, in the long game plan of things, lucky that I have an older daughter who is completely involved in Gayatri's life and is going to be her support system going forward. So her entire activities of daily living have been tutored and designed in such a way that tomorrow, if Gayatri has to go live with her older sister and her family are going to say, oh my God, this is God sent. Here is an individual who's not just self-sufficient, but is in a position to contribute to our family life in a very healthy and positive manner. That said, we are creating spaces where artist communities can live together in harmony, can work together without the restriction of मैं डाउन हूँ, आप autistic हो, you have cerebral palsy. I believe every time I talk about inclusion and I say Gayatri needs to be included in neurotypical society, I would like to take a stand where I say, why just neurotypical society? I want the inclusion first to start way back home. Can Gayatri be included with the autistic bachas, with the cerebral palsy bachas, with the dyslexic? Whoever would like to form bonds together, can we bond as the disability sector or the intellectually challenged sector, and then as a united voice say, we want inclusion? That's the space my husband and I come from, where we really encourage mingling of all the intellectually challenged labels. And Gayatri has so many friends with autism, Asperger's, Fragile X syndrome, Downs, we just, and neurotypical young adults. So that's the story behind our little off the track thinking about what after us. It's a scary thought. And our spiritual practices also help us in many ways, where we say there is a path and a purpose for her life, and it will be met with, irrespective of what you and I plan, the universal plan will come forth. So.
Wow. So you triggered a new thought, right? Inclusion among us, then reaching out to the neurotypicals of including me. How about getting us together and take it forward? Or maybe, Shalini, making them come to us, right? Isn't it? It can be overpowered, right? Isn't it? The power of numbers, the power of the talent which we have, yes. which they are not able to see, they are not able to understand, they're not able to experience. So this can be a movement, Shalini. Let us do it together. This can be a movement, us together, and then making a decision.
Walk into our web, knowing that this is the place where they will get what they want. Yes, how many people will create free cafes where artists can just come and dabble with art? Yes, but our young ones can lead that way because they are supported by us and our trusts to fund this. So
yes. Let us see. The sky is the limit. When you have achieved so much, I think definitely you will be making a lot of difference in it. Include us, and then let us think, Gayatri, shall we include the others or not? Isn't it? You'll be the gatekeeper of that. I love it. It's so powerful, right? Wow. The last question, Shalini, before we see the wonderful movie which Gayatri has directed. What has kept you kicking? I still see the energy you have, the positivity you have. What has that been the force? What has been that?
Gayatri.
Wow.
Gayatri. She just is, look at her. She is always positive. She is always finding something good in whatever is happening around her. She doesn't understand negative emotions. She will cry for 30 seconds and be done with it. You know, like my older daughter wrote, her first piece that my older daughter wrote for her school magazine was, my sister, I scream at for being naughty. And she comes back and hugs me when she's crying. You know, I'm the one who screamed at Gayatri, and Gayatri will come back and hug me and cry. So she said, what kind of a human being are we blessed with in this family? So, I mean, I I just cannot imagine myself putting my feet up and saying, "Bas ho gaya." You know, there is so much that she deserves. There is so much that she inspires me to continue working on. And together, I know there's no stopping us, right, Gayatri? Mama and Gayatri are going to knock the world out.
Great. Yes, yes. I love to watch it, and definitely it's going to happen. Much more accolades in your bag, Gayatri, with definitely Mama into. So I can sense the energy you have, right? I would definitely love to come and have a cup of coffee from Gayatri and be somebody who can just see her art being done, right? We will make it happen. Thank you so much, Shalini. It was such a lovely talk. I feel every cell in my body is like, full of energy, full of positivity, full of love, full of love. I think all of us, even the ones who are present, the ones who are going to watch it later, there is so much more to life, right? We just sort of give in. Here is a girl and a mother who is saying, I will take more, I will take more, I will create more, right? So I just love this duo. More and more power to both of you. Much love to Gayatri, and wish the dreams you have become true. For sure they will. So how about Jennifer ma'am, how about showing all of us the beautiful movie which Gayatri has directed? Thank you, Gayatri. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Shalini ma'am, for being here.
Thank
We
you
all
for
love you,
having me.
Gayatri.
Gayatri, this was the film you made during the COVID days or just before the COVID, actually?
Look at each other.
how beautiful was it? How beautiful was it? Gayatri, you are truly amazing. We just loved it. What was the concept? And I just have no words actually. I just have no words. It just shows on to us as to what is there in her, right? So we just wish you more and more power. Gayatri, we give you tons of love from our side, from the family of Vicky, and we celebrate together the beauty of our kids. Thank you once more. And thank you to all of you for joining. More surprises coming next Saturday, next Sunday, actually. So the journey continues at Wiki. Thank you so much.
Just one last question, Shalini. Are you going to show the film that Gayatri has just made for World Down Syndrome Day?
Yes. So do you think, do you want us to show it right now, or can we sort of share it across all our social media platforms? What do you say?
Show it now also, and
okay, great. So,
if Jennifer has it.
Yeah, so I think it would take time. 2 seconds.
Okay.
Jennifer, ma'am, you are there? Do you think you'll be able to show that movie right now, ma'am?
Yes, just one.
Let us see. Guys, because this is
that.
all...
Yes, she's been waiting for that.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll get it. Yes, it's a family, so we just...
So whenever she acts, if I send you some production shots, she's got these big tables on which she'll prop up her standee, and she will fix the camera and then run to shoot herself.
Oh, wow. We have to see. We'll all wait. We'll love to see. Yes. Yeah. So just 2 minutes. I'm sorry about it. Jennifer ma'am will get back to us with the movie.
Yes.
So what's her day like, Shalini? What do you say?
So she doesn't like waking up with the morning alarm. She likes to wake up on her own time. So she gets a good 8 to 10 hours of sleep every night. And then she wakes up, does her activities, her morning stuff, and then emerges from her room to have breakfast. And either it's a breakfast that she will make for herself, which is like a smoothie, which she makes herself, or she would have baked her GFCF bread 2 days earlier. So she would, and I make some form of vegan cheese for her. So she will have her breakfast. And then she does about 3 hours of tabletop activities, which are of her choice. Every day, it's either some art practice, or it's a Photoshop practice, or photography practice, and then editing it, whatever. So that's her choice. And then she works out. So she works out 12:30 to 1:15, lunch. And then she does a vocational training, which is primarily photography, looking at videos to do art and stuff. Sorry?
Jennifer ma'am was asking about the video, the world's...
No, not these. The one I had sent you the link earlier. That's on the drive.
So I think we have to...
Should I share screen and present it from my end?
That would be great. That would be great. Yes.
I can do that. I can do it.
Sorry about this, friends, but I think this is such an informal one, so we do not mind this.
Just let me first take it out, and then I will just share it in a moment.
Sorry about this. So Gayatri, what was the breakfast today? What did you eat today? What was that?
I found it.
Great, yes.
Can you allow me to screen share?
Yeah.
I've given you permission. Also share sound.
Okay.
Thank you, Jennifer ma'am.
Gayatri, you may have to come and help Mama.
Yeah.
Can you see my screen?
Yes. The sound is...
Yeah, click on that, and also on right on the top, ma'am, click on share sound.
Okay.
You have two options where you can share sound.
Where will that be? Sorry.
You stop sharing, again
Yes.
share screen, and there will be a box on the left hand side saying share sound.
Okay, 1 second. So I'll stop this video from playing.
Yes.
Okay.
Stop sharing, ma'am. You stop screen.
Yeah, I'm just trying to come back to stop share. Okay. All right. I'm sorry, I don't know this. Gayatri does this all the
No
time.
problem at all.
So screen share, and then?
On the left hand side, there is a box which will say share sound.
Oh, okay.
And then you play the video, ma'am.
All right. Got it. Thank you so much, Jennifer.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's see if this works.
Yeah, perfect.
I am Gayatri Gupta. I am a photographer and artist. I am travel and cook too. Wow, that's nice. I am a photographer. I am artist. I am travel and cook too. So yeah, I'm exclusive.
Oops.
These are the digital art pieces she creates.
Wow.
This is her cousin,
Oh.
shot by Gayatri.
Ah. Wow.
Thank you for letting us.
Wow, so great. My God, my God. We had to see this. Wow, wow.
Thank you.
We just are spellbound and nothing much to say, just more power to her. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you all for watching us.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, everyone, for being here and helping Gayatri